I went through a really rough time with that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it hit us all.
Proof, a rapper from Detroit, was a member of the hip-hop group D12 and was also known as Eminem's best friend. Despite having a promising career ahead of him with his second debut album, Searching for Jerry Garcia, doing pretty well, Proof died after he was shot at a Detroit club in 2006 at the age of 32. This is the story of DeShaun Dupree Holton, a young man who began rapping at quite an early age, but got robbed of his life right when his name had started to become a major force in the rap scene. In this video, we will take a look at the facts of the nightclub shooting and the truth behind Proof's unfortunate death. Just 3 months earlier, Proof had been the best man at Eminem's ill-fated marriage to Kim, and here he had given a beautiful toast to his childhood friend, adding another memory to the long list of memories the two shared. Despite how beautiful this moment was, it would be one of the last moments these two great friends spent together. A few months later, Proof would visit the renowned Detroit nightclub Triple C with some of his other friends, and only after a few hours of drinking and playing games, the rapper would be shot in the head and back after an argument gone terribly wrong. Ironically, this murder occurred on one road Eminem and Proof had previously rapped about, the 8 Mile Road. At the club, eyewitnesses recalled that an argument had broken out after a game of billiards, causing a man named Mario Etheridge to shoot Proof 3 times, once in the head and 2 times in the chest. These reports showed that the dispute was primarily between Proof and Keith Bender, who had both gotten into a physical fight. However, Etheridge, Keith's cousin and the bouncer at the club, was having none of it, and in a fit of anger, he fired a warning shot into the air. But here's where the story gets kind of conflicting. An initial report suggested that Proof then fired a shot at Keith, who would die a week later from the gun injuries. Other reports mentioned that Keith only got caught in the barrage of bullets that filled the nightclub after the warning shot by his cousin. However, as soon as Etheridge realized that his cousin was down, he then shot Proof in revenge, his bullets killing him on the spot. At the time of his death, authorities reported that Proof's alcohol content was way over the legal limit, a factor which could have affected how he reacted to the situation, but Proof's lawyer, David Garrosh, and his best friend at the time, Reginald Mud Moore, would vehemently disagree with the investigative report of the authorities, suggesting that Proof was not an instigator but a victim of a crime. In fact, in an exclusive interview with XXL magazine, Mud would paint an entirely different picture of what had gone down that night. According to him, the night started out as a pretty normal night, with Proof and his friends going from bar to bar, making sure to have a drink at each stop. At around 3:35 a.m., they arrived at the Triple C nightclub, where the alleged fight began a few minutes later. Mudd admitted that Etheridge shot a warning shot in the air, but quickly added that Proof didn't shoot Keith after this. Instead, Proof went for Etheridge's gun and fired another warning shot in the air. Keith, seeing that Proof was now armed, viciously attacked him, and in a final bid to end the fight, Etheridge shot in the direction of both men, killing them both eventually. Mudd also maintains that Proof didn't visit the club with a gun that night, and he also added that the fight wasn't just between those two, as it had involved almost everyone at the club that night. While Proof was buried in the Woodlawn Cemetery, Etheridge wasn't charged with manslaughter. Rather, the authorities found him guilty of possessing an illegal firearm and discharging it inside a building. Unfortunately, Proof might never get the justice that he deserves, especially since the actual happenings of the night remain in total mystery. Just months before his death, the late rapper had told Rolling Stone about his relationship with Eminem. He said, "Me and Eminem have a wonderful chemistry and we have wonderful songs." He was also always in the courtroom in 2001 when Eminem was being tried for gun charges, showing his support for his friends.
You got aliens right here in the back of your brain.
Aliens in my brain.
Aliens
this big.
Let's talk about that.
In a brain this big.
In a brain this big, but aliens is this big. And you know how tall he is?
7'8".
7'8". It just looks like an illusion. You know how tall he was 2 years ago?
7'9".
Do you think Proof's friend Mudd was right? Or do you think there's still more to the story? Perhaps a targeted hit made to look like an accident? Or a gang-related beef? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Thanks for watching.